Under progressions, you only have two types, which is the arithmetic progression
তাই কথা বলে
and you have geometric progression. Okay. These two primarily you have. Apart from this, you have infinite GP and problems on combination of arithmetic and geometric progression. Okay. Now, first of all, we start with the concept of sequence, any sequence. What is a sequence? A set of numbers occurring by a definite rule. A set of numbers occurring by a definite rule. Is called a sequence. Right? Set. This is the keyword. A sequence will always be a set. Next is series. What is a series? The sum of each term, sum of the terms of a sequence is called a series. So remember, series is a sum, whereas sequence is a set. Fundamental difference between the two. Now, arithmetic progression is a special kind of a sequence. Okay, arithmetic progression or AP is a special sequence in which there is a common difference between the terms. Between the preceding and between the preceding and the subsequent term. Okay, for example, let A1, A2, A3, AN be in AP. Therefore, you can write A2 by A1, A2 minus A1 is equal to A3 minus A2 is equal to, and this will continue till AN minus 1. Okay, this is called D, common difference. Right? This difference is called common difference. And here we take A1 is called the first term of the AP. A2 is called the second term, and so on. But the importance of A1 is much more. A1 is called the first term, and D is called the common difference. Right? So this is what you need to know for the time being. Now, if, however, the entire sequence is not known, and only the first term A1 and the common difference D is known, then the sequence can be written as A1, A1 plus D, A1 plus 2D, A1 plus 3D, and so on till A1 plus n minus 1 into D. Okay. Here, the nth term of an AP is the first term plus n minus 1 into the common difference. Remember this formula. Okay. We have already worked out this formula last year also. Remember this. This is the first formula. Now, next is sum of terms of an AP. Of an AP series, or let's say AS series, or let's say sum of the arithmetic series. Arithmetic series. Okay. So let A1, A2, AN be an arithmetic progression or sequence. Be an arithmetic sequence. Then such that, let's say let A1 and AN be the first and nth term of an AP or an arithmetic sequence. Then the sum of n terms is Sn is equal to n by 2 A1 plus AN. You've already done this. If you know the first term and if you know the last term of the sequence, you can add up the terms and the sum is denoted by Sn. Sn means sum to n terms. If A1 be the first term and D be the common difference, then Sn is written as n by 2 twice A1 plus n minus 1 into D. This is another formula. Okay. So remember this formula for sum of n terms of an AP. And also remember this formula for the sum of n terms of an AP. Okay. Now another important result is relation between sum of n terms and terms of an AP. Relation between Sn and An. Nth term and the sum of n terms. The nth term of an AP is the sum of n terms minus the sum of n minus 1 terms. Okay. If you know the sum of n terms of an AP and if you know the sum of n minus 1 terms of an AP, you can find out the nth term of an AP. Okay, we'll see an example in this. For example, let's say if I want to find out the third term will be sum of the three terms minus sum of the first two terms. Okay, if I want to find out A4 will be S4 minus S3 and so on. Okay, so this is what this result means. It's a very important result. We'll be applying this result. Okay, so let us come to the problems now. Okay, first problem. Find AB such that 7, 2, AB3 are in AP. So given here 7, 2, AB3 are in AP. Okay, so we have, take the first three terms. So we have 7, 2A are in AP. That means if they are in AP, then A minus 2 must be equal to 2 minus 7, right? Because they are in AP. That means you have A minus 2 is equal to minus 5. That means A is equal to minus 3. Yes, you get A, you have got the value of A. Now also, so therefore, what can you write? Therefore, 7, 2, minus 3, B, 3 are in AP. So we have minus 3, B, 3 are in AP. Right? So if these three are in AP, these three are in AP, then what can we write? You can write 3 minus B is equal to B minus of minus 3, right? So that means you get 3 minus B is equal to B plus 3. That means 2B is equal to, better still, you take 2AB in AP. Yes, you take 2AB in AP. See, these three are in AP. We have got this. This is in AP. That means here, these three are now in AP. So we have 2 minus 3B are in AP. Right? So therefore, we can write from here B minus of minus 3 is equal to minus 3 minus 2. So we have B plus 3 is equal to minus 5. That means we get B is equal to minus 8. Okay, so we have found out the values of A and B. So hence A is equal to minus 3 and B is equal to minus 8. Now there is one more thing which I forgot to mention here after mentioning relations, the concept of arithmetic mean. Please note this concept. Very important concept, arithmetic mean. If three numbers are in AP, three numbers A1, A2, A3 are in AP, then we can write A3 minus A2 is equal to A2 minus A1. So from this, you can write twice A2 is equal to A1 plus A3. That means you can write A2 is equal to A1 plus A3 divided by 2. So here, A2 is called the arithmetic mean, AIM. It's called the arithmetic mean of A1 and A3, right? It's a very important concept. So if you have, if A1, A2, A3 till AN is an AP, and what can we say? Then we can say A2 is the AM between A1 and A3. We can say A3 is the AM between A2 and A4, right? And so on. This will continue.
Yes.
Okay. So this is a very important concept of arithmetic mean. So coming back to the problems here. So this first problem is done. We move on to the next problem. The next problem is sum of n terms of a series is n square plus 2n for all values of n. Find the first three terms of the series. Now, see here the sum is given, and we have to find out the terms of the series, right? So I have sum of n terms is given. So here what is given? Sn is equal to n square plus 2n, right? We want to find the first three terms. So we have to find here then. We have to find it should be an arithmetic series, okay? The word is missing here. It should be arithmetic series. Otherwise, it could be a geometric series also. Anyway, we have to find A1, A2, and A3, right? So how do we find? First of all, remember this formula I gave you, Sn is equal to Sn minus 1. This is a relation between sum and the nth term of an AP, right? So if you want to find out A1, A1 must be equal to S1, the first term, which is equal to, put it here, 1 square plus 2 into 1, which is equal to 3. So you got the first term. Now A2 must be equal to, according to this formula, it should be equal to S2 minus S1, right? And S2 is, put it here, again, 2 square plus 2 into 2 minus S1 we have
8,
got as 3, which is how much? 8 minus 3, no?
5.
5, right? And therefore E3 is S3 minus S2. So 3 square plus 2 into 3 minus, and S2 we have got how much? We've got 5, isn't it? S2 we have got, okay, S2 we have not calculated. S2 will calculate here. S2 is 2 square plus 2 into 2. That's it. So you get 15 minus 8, which is equal to 7. Okay, so this is the first three terms, right? So what can you say? Okay, fine. So this is done. I don't think anything else is required. Question number 3. How many terms of the AP are needed to give the sum 715? Okay, I say let Sn is equal to 715. Suppose n terms are required to give the sum 715, right? So here, what is the first term? Here, let's write the AP first. Here given AP is 1, 4, 7, and so on. So therefore, A1 here is how much? A1 here is 1. And D here is 4 minus 1. Also, you can calculate this as 7 minus 4 equal to 3. You know A1 and D. So now Sn is equal to 715. Start from here. That means, what is the sum of an AP in which you know the first term and the common difference? It is n by 2 twice A1 plus n minus 1 into D is equal to 715. Now put the values. You want to find out the value of n, so keep it as it is. Twice A1, 1 plus n minus 1. Yes, tell me.
No, sir, no.
Okay. So here now we just need to simplify to get the value of n. Okay. So you get here, you simplify the left hand side. Okay, you will get n by 2 times 3n minus 1 is equal to 715, right? So you get, cross multiply now, you get 3n square minus n is equal to 1430. Now you express this as a quadratic. minus 1430 is equal to 0. So this is your quadratic. Now we solve for n. Now factorization is difficult, so we do Sridhar Acharya. Minus of -1 plus or minus root over of b square minus 4 into a into c divided by 2 into a. So this is +1 plus or minus root over of, you get 1 plus 4 into 3 into 1430 is 17160 divided by 6, which is 1 plus or minus root over of 17160 divided by 6. You'll be having your scientific calculators. I hope all of you know that scientific calculators are allowed, non-programmable ones. You know this, right?
Sir, calculators are allowed.
Yeah, scientific calculators, non-programmable. Okay, so you can find out your
Oh, sir.
square root from your calculators to be 131. Okay, so you get now. So therefore either,
Sir,
yes, tell me.
sir, it will
Sir,
be root over
sir, but
161.
in the exam, sir, normal calculators are allowed, na?
No, in ISC, scientific calculators are allowed. Square root of 17160 is 131, right? Just check once.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, I'm staying over next step.
Okay. Yes. 1 plus 131 divided by 6. Okay. So you get 132 divided by 6, which you get as 22, or n is equal to 1 minus 131 divided by 6, which is not possible, right? Because n cannot be negative. Not possible. Right. So hence n is equal to 22. So how many terms are required to give the sum? Only 22 terms are required to give you the sum, 715. Okay. Moving on to the next one. Number 4. Question here is, given that p plus 1th term of an AP is twice q plus 1th term. Okay. Number 4. So say let the first term be a1 and the common difference be d. I start by saying that the first term, because p plus 1 and q plus 1th terms are given, and they have said you need to prove that 3p plus 1th term is p plus. So all terms are given in terms of p. So I say let the first term be a1 and the common difference of the AP be d. Okay, now we can work. So given p plus 1th term here is twice q plus 1th term. That means a p plus 1 must be equal to twice a q plus 1. That is what is given, isn't it? What is the general term of an AP? A1 plus, what is n here? P plus 1. N minus 1 into d is equal to twice. Again here you have a1 plus n minus 1 into d, right? You have a1
Yes, sir.
plus pd is equal to twice a1 plus, let's say, put a bracket, and you have qd, right? So here you have a1 plus pd is equal to twice a1 plus twice qd. That means you get twice a1 minus a1 plus twice qd minus pd is equal to 0. That means you get a1 plus, if you take d common here, you get 2q minus p into d. is equal to 0, right? So what do you get? You get A1 in terms of D is P minus 2Q into D, right? You've got the relation between A1 and D. And what is it they have asked you? They have asked you prove that 3P plus 1th term is twice P plus Q plus 1th term. So we proceed to find 3P plus 1th term. Therefore, A 3P plus 1 will be equal to A1 plus 3P plus 1 minus 1 into D, which is equal to, simplify this, A1 plus A1 plus 3PD, right? Now you know the value of A1 from here. Let us call this 1. So put it from here. So P minus 2Q plus 3PD. This is P minus Q into D. Now you can take D common to get P minus 2Q plus 3P. Okay, so what are you getting? You are getting D into 4P minus 2Q. So 3P plus 1th term you have got. Now what do we want? We want the P plus 1 plus P plus Q plus 1th term, right? So let us find out the P plus Q plus 1th term. A P plus Q plus 1th term is equal to, again write from the formula, A1 plus N minus 1 into D. You have N here as P plus Q plus 1 minus 1 into D. So now what do you have? You have A1 plus P plus Q into D. Now from 1, put the value. This is, you can write here from 1 here also. Okay. And this is A1 is P minus 2Q into D plus P plus Q into D. Now you take D common. You will get P minus 2Q plus P plus Q. So you get D times 2P minus Q into D. Right? Now you look at this. What is this? 3P plus 1 is D into 4P minus 2Q. Here you have 2P minus Q. So what you do is, in order to get this 4P minus 2Q, you take a half. Half into D into twice 2P minus Q into D. So what are you getting? Half D into 4P minus 2Q. Right? This is what you are getting. Now what is
Yes,
this?
sir.
D into 4P minus 2Q. It is A3P plus 1. Half A3P plus 1. So that means from here, what can you write? Therefore, P plus Q plus 1th term is equal to half of 3P plus 1th term, right? That means twice of P plus Q plus 1th term is equal to 3P plus 1th term. That means, now write in words, that means twice P plus Q plus 1th term is equal to 3P plus 1th term. And that is what you had to show. See here, show that 3P plus 1th term is twice of P plus Q plus 1th term. And that is what we have done. Right? 3P plus 1th term is twice of P plus Q plus 1th term. Fine? Okay, next problem. You have class in the evening today, 7. Be on time. I'll just take one class.
Sir, 1 hour class or half an hour?
40 minutes.
Okay, sir.
Question here is, a sum of 6240 is paid off in 30 installments, that such that each installment is 10 more than the preceding one. Okay, calculate the value of the first installment. So I say let the first installment be X. Therefore, what are the installment? The installments are first installment X, next installment is 10 more than the preceding one. So next must be X plus 10, right?
Yep.
Next must be
Yes.
X plus 10 plus 10, isn't it? And so on. This will continue till how many? The sum is to be cleared in how many installments? 30 installments, right? So this must have 30 terms, right? That is X plus 10, X plus 20, and so on up till 30 terms, isn't it? And what should they sum up to? Sum of-
6240.
Yes, sum of the installments must be equal to 6,240. Now, what is this? This is an AP, right?
Yes, sir.
Which is an AP, right? So now you just need to calculate the sum. So that means S30 must be equal to 6240, sum of 30 terms of the
Yes.
AP. And what is the formula? N by 2 twice A1 plus N minus 1 into D is equal to 6,240, right? N here is 30 because you want to sum up till 30 terms. Twice A1. A1 here is X plus N is 30. And what is the common difference? 10, right? Now we can find out X from here. So the next step will be cancel this 15, simplify this within brackets. You get 2X plus 90, 290 in fact, is equal to 6240. Now this is a simple equation. Solve this equation to get X is equal to 63, right? So I hope there are no questions from here. AP,
No,
I
sir.
will not do the next sum because next sum is a little long. Okay, so I'll stop here.